Good afternoon. Just doing a quick catch up on Rachel Roxy Creations' latest. Sorry, I'm just putting the light on. It's gone a bit dark all of a sudden. The tag thingies, anyway, the tag booklets. I can't remember what week it is. I'll put it in the title. Yeah, so I have got these blanks. Where have they gone? My Cricut machine cuts these. Okay, and what they do is basically they fold up. Like this and like that, and they make a tag for you. So I've turned one into a sort of a tag book like Rachel's, but also like a matchbook as well. Yeah, because I'm doing a butterfly journal. That's kind of why there's a butterfly on it. Yeah, and I'll put the papers in and stitch them in. Yeah, so anyway, I don't know what I was going to say then. So there's one, as I say, I've got this, but what I'm thinking, yeah, I don't think I'll use those again. I've got some of these printables left. I'll do one normal style. Sorry, I'm rambling, aren't I? Anyway, I hope you're all good. It's a glorious day here. I've been for a very long walk with my daughter. Just need my longer ruler. Yeah, I'm absolutely shattered actually. So it was a good 2 or 3. Well, no, it's more than that. I was going to say 2 or 3 miles, but it wasn't. It was probably a lot more, and it was a very very hilly walk. And anyway, and that's that. So I got no room again. Right, everybody needs to move over it. Thank you. So I hope everybody's good. Started off really frosty here, but it's come out lovely now. So I thought I'd just catch up with this challenge, and then I need to do the Ambrook one, and I'm desperate to do the one that Melina Pylant did with the ovals that you turn into petals, basically. So I should get 2 out of that one actually. Actually, a bit wide. How wide are you? 17 and a half. Let's go about there, I think. No idea if that's straight. Yeah, so anyway, I'm playing catch up. So because I've had quite a lot of commissions to do, so I have got a big commission, which is for a gel printed journal, just gel printed. No mega rush as such, but the person wants it for next year, so I need to basically get my backside in gear. So if we start off with those, I think I quite liked it when she had the ends chopped, and then you shape the paper. I think I preferred that design. So we'll do a couple of these, and then I'll do another one of those ones that my Cricut machine cut. Oh, I need to make some mustard coloured ones. I've got a couple of little wallpaper journals on the go. So just gone a bit journal mad lately, but I have got a load of sewing to do. I'm completely procrastinating about that. It doesn't take long, but it's just, oh, fiddlesticks, hold on. Oh, that was a long stretch to the floor. Yeah, the lady wants 18 of them. Little pouch things that I make, but I'm convinced to just have 3 for now. The rest after Christmas. She might not like them, and I'm not going to get them to the States for for the 10th she wanted them. So if you're watching, I'm apologising. I just don't think I'd be able to do it. So I don't think you are a subscriber. But anyway, I think I might put that way. I envisage these actually sort of going into a pocket like that. So I think, yeah, I think that way Right, oh dear, excuse me. Oh. Right, we'll have a quick ink and then we'll rip some papers. It's really quite quick actually, I think they're going to be. That certainly was the one that I did there. Played around with it last night and yeah. Right, so if we put that way. It's Morning Glory, isn't it? Oh no, it's hibiscus. Looks like Morning Glory. Just give it a little bit of a little dusting. Okay, well, it fills the whole thing, doesn't it? I used my Foshi on the last one, so I should do the same on this one. I've got my gel print ones as well, but I think these are a bit more supple. Actually, that would look nice with that. Yeah, I'll go with that one. Okay. Just want a little bit of colour, I think. My poor nail eventually broke, so that was all good because it can start to grow straight now. Poor thing, but now I'm absolutely lost without it, so... See, I can't do anything without thumbnails. Oh dear. Oh, hurry up and grow. Come on. There you go, well done. Just a little bit of colour under there. I thought that looked quite nice. Right. It needs something else, doesn't it? What does it need? Get my little scrap bin. Don't know what it needs. I'm trying to think. Thinking something either purple or green, just to kind of collage a bit on the back there. So let's see what we've got in the old scrap box. Oh, you're really purple, aren't you? Causing shadows. Let's move you over there. Let's have a quick look. Might be a bit too much, that one. Yeah, I think that's a little bit in your face. Bluey. Well, that might be quite nice. Right. These are just bits that they were the background papers when I've been spraying inks. So always handy to keep those because yeah, they're quite random but really pretty. I think I want that to go up a little bit. Yeah, I think so. Right, as usual, I've got zero room to move here. Oh. Come on, thank you. Just gluing off to the side. Nope. Put that up a bit actually, I'm going to chop that off. I'm loving this Scotch glue. It's not gone all gloopy yet. I say that yet. I'll say it with caution, I think is the best thing. But so far, like it. Which is a far cry from the other one that I had. which was a nightmare. Okay, I like. And that back's fine, so that's fine. And it's decorated on the inside already. Let's not make work when there doesn't need to be. Right, okay. Papers. Oh, another thing I want to use is that. That's another Rachel thing that we did. Right, I've got all sorts here. Start ripping. Roughly how wide? Handy bit of paper. Just a bit that I gel printed on it. Right, come on, this is ridiculous. Thank you. Never usually works very well on a glass mat, but I'd say slowly it might be right, which it was. Hurrah! Okay, what else? What else we got? It's a bit of, what are you? Oh, you're the French dictionary? No, can't think what it's called. Anyway, yes, I think it's a dictionary. Music paper, bit of that. This is nice stuff. This came out of packaging. Can't remember which parcel it was, but they usually just pull apart like that. Ta-da! Okay, and a bit of plain. Right. Yeah. Let's go to there. I'm not going to do the half page things like Rachel did. I've got the full pages here. This is just a bit of book page, I think, you know, out of the back and front pieces of books. I can't think what the official name is. Oh, it's just right. And it'll fold just right. Cool. I think you're a little bit wide, aren't you? One. Dictionary. You'll do. You're about the right length. Yeah, near enough. So 1, 2, hello, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the front. 5. I think that'll be enough. I don't want them to go too bulky, I don't think. Cool. And these I'll just put in my stash ready for another journal. Right. I've left that string long because I thought it's quite a nice colour just to do them all. So double knot. If I put a closure, what do I do on there? No, because that's got the bit that I think what might be quite nice on that is I bought some of the little tiddy bulldog clips that Tim Holtz does. Mind you, they are tiny, 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 but that could be quite nice, couldn't it? Right, yep, that'll do for that one. Right, yeah, I need to make some mustardy coloured ones. Cut up some card. Where those journals have gone. I start so many jobs and then put them somewhere safe because they're lovely, but I can't see them. They'll turn up. I know they're here somewhere because it doesn't leave the room. Right. Okay, what should we put on you? Put that one down to size. Edith Holden there. Oh, I'm useless without my thumbs. Goodness me. Goodness me. That's quite nice just on its own. I could have one going sideways actually, couldn't I? I don't know which way up that's... It's meant to go that way. Yeah, I'll put something along the top there. We'll have that one there. Right. Sorted. Oh, I've got that one to do as well. I might put some of that on there actually. Come on, brain, switch on. Huh. Keep those, that might go on there actually. But maybe not. Retrieve that bit from the bin. I'll play around that in a second. Right, let's do this one. What I might do is chop the corners up the top on this one. Because that would be quite nice going into a pocket this way. Yeah, just do that. I've got the book page behind. What should we have? Not very ancient looking, are you? What else did I have on here? Just plain, wasn't it? A bit of coffee tide. Let's try that. Just feel it needs something. I don't think that's right. Hold on. What do you need? Come on, talk to me. What do you need? You need something, don't you? Oh, maybe a bit of the old fauci again. I don't want red. Just a bit of slim green. Oh, it's quite nice. Yeah, we'll go for that. Do I want anything underneath? I kind of feel like it needs something underneath it. I don't know why, I just do. So I've got loads of these left. That's too dark, I think. Although, I quite like that. I printed on both sides. I didn't mean to actually do, but because they're not the same size. Just feel it needs something there. It's more or less covering up all the spotty background, but I'll just trim that off up there. Maybe set that off to the side. Come in a little bit on the picture. Oh, oh well, that'll do. Went a bit wonky donkey there, but that's okay actually. Means we can bring that down a little bit. And there, right. That's it, stop faffing, come on. It's supposed to be a faff-free zone today. Okay, I am going to have to just darken those edges because they are terribly white where it's torn. Okay, Lord knows how long I've been going. I haven't even checked that, have I? Some people don't mind a long video, but others do. So let's have a quick look in a minute. Let's stick this bad boy on. Here we go, no thumbnails. Oh, that was lucky. Get off. Oh dear. Hopefully they'll grow quickly. It was an unfortunate break, it broke right down there, but anyway, that's beside the point. Okay, quite like that. Right, okay, so that's going to go in that way. Really need to do something inside, bear with me. My ever faithful spotty thingy. Paper underneath. I I'm not going to give it much, it just needs a quick just to get rid of the stark white. Oop, stay. Goes the ink dauber. Oh. I swear my desk isn't level that way. Everything rolls off. Anyway. Right, let's find some papers for inside you. So it needs to go right up there. So there. I'll check the time in a second, hold on. Yeah, perfect. You I will keep. Put this in. Doesn't matter, it's only half, does it? This is all the bits over here. About there. Trim it off in a second. So another bit of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think that'll do. As I say, I don't want them being too bulky. I actually don't mind that they hang out the bottom either. Quite like that look. Let me see how long I've been going. Oh, ouch. Oh, it's only 28 minutes. Crikey, it feels like I've been going for ages. I'll have a slurp of my coffee and slow down a bit. Oh, right. Well, that's funny. It's usually it's usually a lot longer than that. Don't know whether it's just staple these or. Ooh. Oh, go through. Oh, I didn't put that. It does help having a giant paper clip on it, actually. I feel like that thread's a bit thick for what I'm doing here, so what colours have I got? That's definitely going to be too thick, that one. All right. Let's try a bit of this. Let's have a look. That's going to be really thick as well, actually. Hold on. I've got some of my walls that I keep. Just trying to think, the journal that's going to go in is mustardy, so I haven't got a mustard there, have I? No. Got white. Again, it's really thick. Okay, I'm going to need to get my sewing thing now. too orange. Oh, here we go. Fuss, fuss, fuss. That'll do. Yeah, that'll do. It's not as thick. I don't need a lot. Right. Giant needle. Actually, I want the threads on the outside, I think, on this one. Tie a nice bow. Didn't leave it long enough. Oh, might have done. Good grief. I'm totally lost without my thumbnail. Oh dear. This is not looking good. It's funny how you get used to things when they're not there. It's like, ugh, a bit bereft. Right, that'll do. It's about that long. Okay, let's trim those tops. I shouldn't be using those scissors. Sorry, my bin's down here and I've not put my little muck bucket on the side, so yep, I like that way as well. Nice. Okay, so one with a clip, one like that. There's that one. They're really cool, Rachel. I know you don't watch me, but I'm just saying, just for the sake of it. They're really cool. Cool idea. I've been meaning to get around to them all flipping week when I saw them done on Monday, but oh, it's just... yeah. Life takes over, and yeah. Right, this I really want to use. These were some of the ones that we did with Rachel, where we just stamped all over labels. So yeah, so I did quite big labels actually, but these are some bits that I chopped out. I don't know why I cut circles. You're not wide enough, are you? Try and think, why did I cut circles? Can't remember, but anyway, yeah. So this was a big label which I stuck onto card, chopped out a circle. Can't remember why I did that. Doesn't matter. Right, so I think I prefer it on the back there, because then we can put something. You're too big, aren't you? Oh, we don't need the whole thing in there, do we? Let's do that. So what I'll do is I'll put that on first, I think. Let's do it. This is quite a thick card, so I'm gonna... Hello. You're going to come out, thank you. Right, pin's not really long enough, but at least they're not rusting. Right, so I think like that will be fine. So that wing up. Try and get that whole wing up there. Let's have a look. Might be a disaster. Sorry, drag it into me. It's okay, cool. I'll have that there. Might put an eyelet in this one, but definitely needs a quick zhuzh. It's funny, isn't it? Some people went straight to doing the pages and some went straight to, I can't remember. Yeah, because Rachel did her pages first, did she? No, folded the tags and then put the pages in. Yeah, then decorated it. Yeah, I think that's how it went anyway, doesn't matter. And who else did I watch? Oh, Gail Agostinelli. She did what did she do? Oh, she folded her tags first, yeah, then done the pages and then put the cool. I've been desperate to use that thing. I love that thing. Let's make some more of those, but I'll keep that separate so it doesn't get lost in my ephemera box of shame. Dry flat. I'm just going to put that on top, but it's not very flat. Okay, so we need some papers for you. What I'll do is just fold them and we'll cut them all at the end. Well, not cut them, but chop them. Oh, let's get one of those in. She says, chopping it. Right, let's do these staggered, I think. Missed that completely, Susan. What are you doing? Now then, are you too wide? No, perfecto. Okay. Paper clip. There you are. same yellow, I think. It seemed to go a lot flatter, a lot easier on yeah, for doing the binding. Sorry, mumbling as usual. Again, I think I'll have the strings on the outside. A bit longer this time. These would whiz under the sewing machine like a doddle. I was going to do that actually, but I thought no, it would probably be easier just to sit here and sew them by hand, which is why I'm doing it. But yeah, I could imagine you get a load of these done, clip them, or whiz them under the sewing machine, boom, done. So, oh come on. I've always been rubbish at tying bows. I can't do the bunny ear thing, that drives me insane. Let's give it a go and make you laugh. Right, bunny ears. See, it just doesn't work for me. Right, bunnies. Go round. Can you come here, please? See, I'm not a natural. Oh, come on. Oh, no, don't pull out. No. Please don't pull out. That'll do. Right, stop moving. Actually, I think what I'll do... Pull them right out. Let's see if we can do that again. Right, that's it. We're tied in knots now. Sorry, that was probably really loud. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to do? Good grief, woman. What a faff. Okay. Okay. So, quite like that. Yeah, I think I will put an eyelet in that one. Doesn't need to be a very big one though, because it's going to go right under there otherwise. Let's get you roughly in the middle. There. Diddy eyelet thingy. I know I've got one loafing here somewhere. Oh, actually, I need two, don't I? I've got a mustard? Yes, I have. That'll do. Thing is quite big and heavy, isn't it? I think I'm probably at my 45 minutes, although I think we've ditched that now, the 45 minutes. That's why I'm struggling. I've still got my glasses on. Head was getting back further and further. Do I want that on there again, or should I put a bit of green on there? Let's put green through. do we want that though? Drink and think. Yeah, I suppose when you want to use it, you could just undo one bit, can you? Yeah, we'll have bows both ends. Absolutely rubbish. Yeah, because that doesn't want to tie into a bow, that one. What it really needs is elastic. Oh, do you know what I had laying around? I had some... It came off some packaging. Oh, they might be strong enough. Didn't need it both sides. Okay. Extra eyelet that we didn't really need, but that's fine because you could always put a bit of ribbon in there or something and just pretend it was meant to be. Not quite working how I envisaged it. So it'll stretch that way. It's only a thin paper that's underneath. Well, say thin, it's a 120 GSM, so it's not quite standing up to elastic. If you're going to do elastic, you really need quite a thick card actually, just so it stands up to it. I do it that way. Nope, don't like that either. Do you know what? We'll just have decorative eyelets on the end. Okay. There we are. Decorative eyelets. Right, we're probably there, aren't we? Let me see what time it is. Oh, cracky, yeah. We'll call that quits. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that. I say I'm going to play around with these things that I've cut on my Cricut. Because I quite like the opening action. Quite like that, and with the eyelet in there, that acts instead of, you know, usually on the matchbook things we put a staple, but that kind of does the same thing, and there's quite a few pieces of paper in that one. So yeah, what did we make? We made that one. I won't count that one because we did do that together. Scrape aside the rubbish. So we did that one, we did the snowdrop one, which is very pretty. I'll go in my thing, and then we did the bluebird hibiscus, so that'll just be a generic one, and I'll think of something there. So there we are. Yeah, tag scrap notebooks I think they were called, but tag shaped anyway, so yeah, good fun. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.